Coach Junior, Coach Williams, to the Grambling fans, and most of all, the Prairie View alums. Thank you.
Coach Northern, congratulations, best wishes Saturday, and thank you for the great legacy that you are creating at Prairie View A&M University. Now it's time to hear from the head coach of the Grambling State University Tigers, former MVP of the Super Bowl. Here is Coach Doug Williams.
Compliment and all the alumni. Let me say this, I'm very grateful to have had the opportunity to work with Coach Norton. I can remember when I was working for Jacksonville as a scout, and he was playing in at Southern. I think he led the conference that year with interceptions, am I right? Nice, about 11. But you know, he wasn't high on that board as far as making it to the NFL, and I can remember telling him that if I ever got a job, that I was going to hire him. And the first hire that I ever made as a college football coach at Morehouse College was Heist Norton. And to see him do what he's doing today and what he's done, it makes me feel good to have been a part of what his coaching and what he's done. Like he was saying to all the sponsors, and of course I've known Al for a long time, and I know this game wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for a guy like Al and all the sponsors in the city of Dallas. And as far as Grambling is concerned, and for myself, from a history standpoint, for me, my first chance to ever play in college football started in the Cotton Bowl. The first pass I threw was in the Cotton Bowl against Prairie View. The first TD pass to Sammy White was in the Cotton Bowl. So my career actually started here in Dallas. And having coached at Grambling for 8 years and having an opportunity to come back for this Monday, this press conference, come back for the weekend, has always been a game that we look forward to because it's such a big part of not only Grambling but the historical black colleges in Prairie View. And for the alumni, I think we both have pretty good alumni in this area. Of course, Prairie View being from Texas and Grambling has a big alumni association here in the Dallas area. But at the same time, we have more students who travel to Dallas for this game than we have coming to games when we're on campus. And that's something that we'd like to change. And another thing, you know, we come here and we both, I think, are 0-4 at this stage. And I just want everybody to know that, you know, myself and the coaches and the boards are not walking around with our heads unbowed. Because we understand what the situation is all about, and you can always hear how he's talking about his son. You know, I hope you're around long enough to coach him, Heist, because you'll hear some things. But as a coach, you know, some things you don't worry about because the hours that you spend and what you see, that's the most important. And I think with the players, they all know what's going on, and we get a chance to spend a lot of time with those guys. And it's not that they're not playing hard, you know, it's just that at times they make mistakes, things happen, and you have to live with it. We sit here 0-4, and we've lost 2 conference games by a total of 2 points. 2 one-point losses to at least one of the better teams in the league in Alabama State, and of course the first game against Alcorn by 1 point. You know, just little things that happen. It's not something that you use as an excuse, it's something that you build upon. And we got a pretty young football team that I think eventually gonna do the things that Grambling's always done. It's been a very competitive football team, and they competitive now because they play hard. And you know, when we meet as coaches, you know, you expect for everybody to be teed off or disappointed. It's not that. We're disappointed in the fact that some of the mistakes that are being made that made at a crucial time. A good example of the night we played probably arguably maybe the best team in the league in Alabama A&M, who has 19 of their 21 starters coming back. And we took the opening kickoff from the 20-yard line all the way down to the 15-yard line and fumbled, and they picked it up and took it back to the 32. When you got a young team, they kind of deflate you in a little way. You can't tell them, you know, get down. You want to hold their head up, but sometimes it's that defeated attitude, and when you get behind, it's a catch-up mode. but they're gonna keep fighting. They work hard every day, and I think the same thing with Heights. And I think when you come to this classic on Saturday, you're gonna see two teams fighting to get out of there with that one victory. And in my mind, I think it boils down to just to get the taste of what a victory is all about. And once they do that, I think they'll learn. You know, a lot of the media asked me a question at the press conference, is it similar to last year? We started off 1-4 last year and ended up winning our last 7 games. And what I told them is totally different because you got totally different players. It's a big difference. Coming back from Huntsville yesterday morning, we stopped to eat. And the way we do things, when we get to the buffet, we go by class. We go by senior class, junior class, and freshman all the way down. And when we say the seniors, and you looked up, you got about 7, 8 guys walk up there. And then we say juniors, you got about 8 to 9 to 10 guys. And then you say sophomore, and you got 22 of them. And then freshmen come up, there's another 22 freshmen. And you realize exactly when you talk about the mistakes that are made, you can see them at the buffet eating a whole lot of food and realizing why the mistakes are being made. But hopefully they grow up, and I know they will. And sooner or later we get this thing turned around. But I think the most important thing for Heiss and myself, and of course the fans, I always say fans, the business I've been in has been in the business where the fans have their opinion on whatever they want. But when you're not in the arena, I think it's a little tougher to understand. But I think the most important thing as coaches is not to have rabbit ears, and I don't, because I think I've been to the highs of highs and the lowest of lows, and I've been able to deal with all of them. And I think sooner or later, a lot of things you will overcome, and he will. I hope it don't start this week. But I just say that because, you know, Heights mean a lot to me, and you know, as a young coach, he got a lot more years left than I do. And, you know, I've been fortunate at Grambling. This is my 8th year coaching at Grambling, and I can honestly say 50% of the time I've won the SWAC championship. And those are things that have not gone lost among the players, and they understand that, and we keep preaching that because we got such a history and such a legacy because of Eddie Jr.'s father, and we try to build up on that. We make sure they understand that coming to Grambling is not just coming to Grambling, playing for Grambling is not just playing for Grambling, it's more than that. But I think a classic like this, for what it stands for historical black colleges, peer review and Grambling is something that is really needed. And the more people come into these classes, the longer we can do this. And I know my hat's off to Al, and I know it's something that is dear to him after talking to him so much. And I know as long as Al's able, we'll have a state fair, Southwest and Farmers Insurance Classic with all other sponsors. So I just want to say thank you.
Coach Williams, thank you. And now if you will stand there, and Coach Northern, if you will stand right here adjoining. There is a special presentation if you'd like to get your cameras, TV rolling. Mayor Pro Tem Atkins, City Councilwoman Davis, City Councilwoman Medrano, and Councilman Callaway would like to make a special presentation.
All right. We all, you know, leave it to me, Aaron, always to kind of do something to the program. On behalf of all of our colleagues of the Dallas City Council and to both of the coaches, we collectively just want to show our appreciation. I'm not going to get into the whereases, but we do want to send you away with a little special recognition. Have the Grambling Tiger on here and present it to you, Coach. So there you go. Prairie View Panther on this one, presented to you, Coach. And we want to say good luck, and also one other and special recognition from the bottom of my heart. I want to call up and recognize someone today. It's the reason I'm raising the group, because we're in City Hall. And when you're in City Hall, we can do pretty much what we want to do. So we're going to do this because it is due and it is time. I want to recognize and ask for this person to come up, one of the greatest promoters in the country, Al Wash. Even got your picture on it, all right? All right, congratulations. Thank you all. We'll see you for Saturday. Bill, thank you.
Would you like to get a photograph, folks, of everyone? Al, coach, guest members. How about the two coaches and Al right in the middle? Out in front of the podium.
How you do, sir?
That's the unofficial man, CW winner. CW, come here, CW. Because I'm not in my pocket, right? Get out of your pocket, right? CW, I want you to meet Miss Kamika. Okay, Kamika Carroll. Kamika Carroll. No, I'm saying about the bump.
How you doing?
Good.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Hey, buddy. Hey, brother. How you doing? Doing good. Great. Food always so good. I need a release before you get me. Tell him I need a release.
You need a release for what? And where is Willis Johnson?
No. He's somewhere busy.
Museum on the campus, the Interruption Museum on the campus. How do you want future students, future football players, future advocates of Black College, you want them to come away with the impression that your father has left?
Well, first thing that the Secretary of State of the state of Louisiana did a great job with the museum. Top of the line, and some of the sound effects, the way they have tapes and information on
I'll be more reading on Monday about the game, but as far as just sitting down and doing football on Sunday, I don't do that.
We look for a good game, Coach. Thank you for coming down again. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, appreciate it. What's up, Coach?
Go GSU.
All right, yes. Let's talk real quick. Let's go. Everybody want to talk to you. Seth Bailey here on the Joyce Music and Soul Food, where you can listen to my show on KRUS and Rustin. First of all, Coach, how you doing? I'm hanging, trying to survive. If the creek don't rise, I'll be all right. But first, let me say congratulations on winning the SWAC championship on last year. You guys turned it around. So this year's a little bit different. What are some of your challenges? What's been going on here? We're not out of it. We just got more work to do. And I think that's how you got to look at it. You take it one game at a time. When I get back today, you know, that's one of the things I'm going to preach, is that you still got to get up and go to work in the morning. And if we do, we are able to do and capable of doing, you know, a lot of things can happen between now and then. So. Okay, you guys got the State Fair Classic this week. This is where it first started for you, your first touchdown against Prairie View. Now you're going up against one of your former coaches, Heisman Northern. Let's talk about this weekend State Fair Classic. Well, you know, this game has always been a big game for both schools. And not only from a win or loss, but for the alumni, just to historical Black College, but I think this week for us, for ourselves and for Fairview, is one of those games that we both need a taste of what a victory is all about. And I think the guys going to come out and play hard, and the fans going to be privy to a pretty good football game.
Final question. You know, with now what happened to Joe Paterno and your former coach being in college as the most winning coach of all time, what does that mean to you, Doug? Because it's hard to beat that record.
Well, to be honest with you, I know I was moved by that. You know, whatever Joe Paterno did, whatever Bowden did, didn't matter a hill of beans to me because I played for, in my opinion, arguably the greatest coach of all time in college. So regardless of what happened with Penn State and everywhere else, it didn't matter because I always held Coach Rob to the highest anyway.
Do you ever find yourself over at the museum sometimes just looking at what he does?
Every time I go to that museum, I get amazed. And many times I've been there, there's just something about it that you see again, you see again, you see again, and you realize the legacy and the history of Grambling State University.
Thank you so much, Coach. Praying for you, man.
All right, thank you.
I'm Mike Flynn from the Dallas Morning News. So you mentioned you guys got a young team. I mean, how do you kind of prepare them for a game like this?
You know, I've been here before.
Yeah.
In 1998, when I first got here, we had a young team. And, you know, we had a couple players left over, but we had a young team. So it's almost like history repeating itself for me from the standpoint of getting a lot of young football players that will grow up hopefully in the next year or so. And we'll be very competitive again.
Do you do anything different for this game?
No, it's still a game. It's a conference game. We got to prepare the same way we've always prepared. And here we just got to make sure we hold on to the guys. The mistakes that we kill it. So we got to eliminate the mistakes.
And then